Greetings, fellow muckers. Today, we'll be working on a competitive market problem. The problem: a competitive market supplied by four firms. Each firm cost function C of Q is equal to 2Q squared plus 1 half. The market demand is Q equal to 12 minus P. Part A. Find the equilibrium price and quantity. Part B. Calculate consumer surplus and producer surplus. Part C. Will firms enter or exit in the long run? Part D. Find the long run equilibrium price and quantity. Now pause this video, take a few minutes, and solve this problem. Welcome back. Hopefully you're able to solve this problem. Now, let's work on it together. Part A. Find the equilibrium price and quantity. So, we need to find the market supply curve since we are given the demand. So how do we do that? We need to start by deriving individual firm supply curves. And to find each firm supply curve, we need to consider firm's optimality condition. And what is the optimality condition in a competitive market? It's where price is equal to marginal cost. What is the marginal cost in this problem? Well, we are given each firm's cost function as C of Q equal to 2Q squared plus 1 half. And to derive the marginal cost from a cost function, we just take the derivative of the cost function with respect to Q. So if we do that, we get price is going to be equal to 4Q. And then we need to solve for Q. Okay, Q by itself. So we get Q is going to be equal to P over 4. Now we have found each individual firm's market, like each individual firm supply curve. Now we need to find the market supply. And how do we find market supply? We need to add up the supply curves of each individual firm. So to do that, we can do Q equal to P over 4 and times this by 4, the amount of firms in the market, since we have 4 firms. So we get the quantity is going to be equal to price. So the quantity supplied is equal to P. And that is the market supply in this problem. So now that we found that, we just set supply equal to demand. So we get QS equal to QD, or we get P equal to 12 minus P, and then we can solve for P. So we get 2P equal to 12 divided by 2 on both sides. So we get the equilibrium price, P star, is going to be equal to 6. And now we can plug 6 into a market demand of 12 minus P. So we get Q star is going to be equal to 12 minus 6, or 6. So the equilibrium price and quantity in this market is 6 for price and 6 for quantity. That is the solution for part A. Now part B, calculate consumer surplus and producer surplus. So just quickly, I'm going to draw a rough graph of what this looks like. So we have quantity, we have price. Here's the equilibrium point, 6, 6. And this triangle right here, this is considered consumer surplus, and this right here is going to be considered producer surplus. So we need to calculate consumer surplus and producer surplus. Consumer surplus is going to be the triangle 1 half, and then let's calculate the base of the triangle, which is going to be 12, or the height of the triangle, you can say, the height of the triangle is going to be 12 minus 6, and the base is going to be 0 to 6 or 6. If we do the math, we get 36 divided by a half is 18. So we have a consumer surplus value of 18. And if we calculate producer surplus, it's going to be this lower triangle, or 1/2 times the height, which is 6, and a base, which is also 6. So we get 36, cut that in half. We also get a value of 18. So in this case, producer surplus and consumer surplus are both 18. That is the solution for part B. Now, part C, will firms enter or exit in the long run? Well, to do this, we need to find individual firms' profits. So if firms are making profits, well then more firms will want to enter. But if firms are losing, firms don't want to enter. So in the long run, so let's see if individual firms are making money. So profit is equal to our total revenue minus total costs. So since the market quantity, we know that a market quantity in this, so a Q star, is equal to 6, and we also know there are 4 firms in the market. So how much is each firm producing? Well, we take out 6 and we just divide it by 4. This is gonna be equal to 3/2. So each firm produces 3/2. And we need to know this because we are finding the profits for each individual firm. So our total revenue is going to be our price times quantity, which is going to be 6 times the quantity that each firm produces, which is 3/2, minus, now we use our individual firm cost function, which we are given in the problem from above. As the problem states, each firm cost function is 2q squared plus 1/2. So we plug this in for a total cost. So we get minus 2 times q, which is 3/2 squared plus 1/2. Now, if we solve this, we get this is going to be equal to 9 minus, we get 9/4 times 2, which is going to be 18/4, or 9/2, plus 1/2, which is 10/2, which is going to be equal to 5. And this is going to give us an individual's firm profit of $4. Therefore, since existing firms are making profits, additional firms will choose to enter. So will firms enter or exit in the long run? Firms will enter in the long run since existing firms are making profit. And that is the solution for part C. Alright, now part D, find the long run equilibrium, price and quantity. So to do this, the long run price is going to be equal to minimum average cost. Well, average cost is equal to our cost function divided by Q. So we take our cost function, which is going to be equal to 2Q squared plus 1/2, and divided by Q. We get 2Q plus 1/2Q. Now we need to take to find a minimum average cost, we need to take the derivative of our average cost. So d over dq average cost is equal to 0. So we get 2 minus 1 over 2q squared equal to 0. We get 2 is going to be equal to 1 over 2q squared. Q squared is going to be equal to 1 over 4. And q is going to be equal to 1/2. So now that we found q is equal to 1/2, we need to plug q into our minimum average cost, which is here, to find the equilibrium price in the long run. So if we do that, we get 2 1/2 plus 1 over 2 times 1/2, which is going to be equal to 1 plus 1 over 2. So our equilibrium price, so our, let's say P star in the long run is equal to 2, and our quantity is going to be, our Q star is going to be equal to our market demand. So we still need to use 12 minus P. So in this case, Q star is 12 minus 2, or 10. So our price in the long run is 2, and our quantity is 10. That is the solution for part D. And that is the problem. I hope this video helped. If it did, please consider subscribing and liking this video.